call him.
I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving, now we going.
What's going on, Ram fam? Well, finally, I'm going to finish up this video and series on the memo and becoming. I hope you all are doing well out there. So this is part 2, and where I left off, I'm going to talk about the documentary of becoming. And on this part where I left off, I observed that those teens in the documentary, they got to speak to Michelle Obama a whole lot longer than I did during their book signings and all of that. I met Michelle Obama when she came to Pope Air Force Base, and she was just flying in, right, because it's the Air Force. So they got to land with us and then go on about their ways. They were on the tour at that time of meeting Fort Bragg. They were on Fort Bragg to meet spouses of the Army soldiers. So we were there as the greeting party. So I got a chance to meet Michelle Obama, but it was nowhere near as long as what these girls in the video got. So yeah, I'm a little bit jealous. Got a little hate being sprinkled, but it was nice. An opportunity is an opportunity. My husband got the chance to meet President Barack Obama. He got to meet him on more than one occasion. So that was one thing that the documentary got me thinking about. But about the two of them, the relationship that they have and their personalities, as she explained so well in her book, and that you get to see in the movie, oh God, maybe it was called Southside, but the movie that they did on them. So when you have that movie, you have her book, and then you have this documentary. It shows, like, you know, their relationship and their personalities. And Barack Obama is quite a deep thinker. And as I watched that, the feelings and thoughts that came to me are about, you know, how much of a deep thinker my husband is. They happen to see so far into the future and understand the sacrifices that they have to make, and that what they want has to take, right? She's stating that, let's see, she needs to get on, oh yeah, so she said that she needs to get onto his level and to be equal. That was how she felt. And that's kind of like sometimes how I feel too. You know, the things that my husband wants to do and the visions that he has is like, it's just sometimes make it feel like I'm not on his level, and therefore I need to rise up to where he is in order for us to be a team and to be equal. And again, like her, is that something that's on the checklist? So that was one thing that I thought about, and I think that's in like minute 39, and then like in minute 42, I thought about a wife being valuable, and it talked about her being unapproachable, and then as black women, period, being unapproachable. You can't be your authentic self. They're just making a joke. So yes, at the 42 minute, that's when they were talking about she can't be herself. I think this is the part where she started wearing the sleeveless, armless sleeve dresses. The pictures, and they started talking about her and saying that she looked like a monkey or whatever, and all the stuff that they started saying about her, and she couldn't be herself. And then the news anchors and stuff wanted to say that this stuff is all just a joke. This stuff is not funny. And that stuff was mentioned as well in the book of the Memo. And I talked about that in the other half of this video in chapter 8, that excuse me, that we can't let this stuff be acceptable anymore, that your jokes are harmful, and we cannot let you just get away with this stuff, and we have to call it out. And they did mean harm when they were talking about Michelle Obama the way that they were. when they were talking about President Obama, uh, uh, thinking that he was a Muslim when he clearly was a Christian, and then he had to denounce his pastor and all of that, which what is coming into play today. And we know that President Trump started this whole thing, started the whole birther thing, started the whole he's not a Christian thing, he doesn't believe in God, all this stuff that he started and that he's now trying to do all over with Kamala Harris. But I digress off of that. This is about the memo and becoming. To continue, her husband and my husband, they have been one of the onlys in their professions or in a particular unit, in the Senate, in the whatever. Barack Obama was the first black president of his at Harvard, and my husband is often the only black person ever since we were in Fort Bragg. Definitely since in Switzerland and this whole diplomatic community. Therefore, that puts me as being the only black woman. And even on top of that, with the career path that he's taking, there hasn't been many Air Force. So therefore, I'm oftentimes the only Air Force spouse, or one of the very few. Then he is amongst officers a lot. So again, amongst one of the onlys or the fews. But no matter what, it all circles down to me being the only black woman in these communities that I am in a lot. And so I have felt like my presence is not necessary, that it is not valuable or any of that stuff. So, sorry about that. I'm using the children's bedroom. So, sorry for that interruption. So as I was saying, sometimes I feel like, and also have felt like, that my presence has not been necessary, that it is not valuable, and that just that really maybe just that I shouldn't be there. And even being a part of the team, as a part of the unit that not the military unit, but the team cohesive unit that makes me and my husband, that I just don't need to be there. And that being in that spotlight, if people are spending their time trying to worry about what I am doing, what I'm looking like, what I have on, what faces I'm making, just worrying too much about me and not focusing on what it is that my husband is trying to do, it's like it's better if I am not there, if I'm not in the picture. Period. Like, not just particularly at an event, but like if he had a different wife altogether. Now, that's not necessarily what I heard Michelle Obama saying, but it definitely like made it better. And therefore, she had some difficulties like still being herself. And I definitely have had those troubles. Now, did anyone say that is the problem? Not directly, right? People don't say you are the problem or your husband isn't gonna make it to a certain place because of you. No, but when society is looking at them, looking at you, making these comparisons, and it's like that position was never made for you in the first place, it's hard to fit in. The job and the role of the first lady was never really built and imagined to be a black woman. Never. And especially not a dark-skinned black woman. That was never that. So to be built up and that quickly, because they also never thought that Barack Obama was going to do it, because he just didn't have the experience and he's too young and he's not even American, all these things. And for the team of them to rise to that level, this course is going to come with a whole lot of this and that. So if they were having that problem, just you can only imagine what like lower regular people like us. I mean, they're still regular people, but they esteemed to that level, to president and first lady. So when I'm looking at, you know, my husband doing what it is that he does, and then whoa, now we're in roles of being a diplomat and having to fit into these roles, and then all these units and places that he has gone, and therefore I have had to shift from just being me, from just being and then when people know that I have also been in the Air Force, then there's also like expectations that I should behave a certain way. But you know, like that that doesn't necessarily mean that I am. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's me. So it's kind of hard when people have certain expectations of you, and then also when people have a certain belief about you. And then you're trying to put those two together and yet also not mess it up for your spouse. And you want them to get what it is that they're trying to do. And when you are a checklist person and you're not being able to meet, you're not being able to tick off your checks, and there's things coming in from all these different angles. So, yeah. If you have not watched the documentary, if you have not read or listened to Becoming, I think that it would be a very good idea. And what I would like for you to get out of those books, as well as my YouTube channel, is that your story is valuable. And that's why I am doing the channel. It's valuable for all you to see. I have a story. Me personally, I have a story, and it is constantly evolving. If we have a dialogue, everyone can feel valued and safe in their own skin and in their own situations. And that is what I try to voice, and want you to understand that that is the platform of my YouTube channel. Now Michelle Obama has a podcast, and the way she describes her channel, that's exactly how I want you to feel about my channel. Okay, we just come together and dialogue. So more to come within this particular series, and keep in mind that we all are valuable. And please check out the Memo and Becoming if you have not done so, and Michelle Obama's podcast, Michelle Obama, on Spotify. So for more videos, please ensure that you like, subscribe to my channel, share these videos, and friend me on Facebook. I have 2 accounts. I have Real Ram on YouTube. That's the title. Real Ram on YouTube. That's the whole public. That's the public page on Facebook where I don't really talk, but I share more videos and photos and stuff. But then I have Real Ram T Lee on Facebook, and that's where we can dialogue back and forth like a regular friend on Facebook. So like, click, subscribe, leave me comments, and let's continue to dialogue, and look out for those live streams. Enjoy your weekend.
I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I got the key. We've been really moving places, always on the low. I was shining in the tunnel cause I got the glow. People really hating and it really start to show. Yeah, we gon' level up again cause that's just how we roll. Yeah, came in with the sauce. Yeah, learned that from the boss. Yeah, I've been learning lessons from the struggles and the losses. Praying for communion for the races since we lost it. I done had enough of it for all the pain and cost. I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north.